Good evening, welcome to North West Tonight with Stuart Flinders
and Claire Fallon. Our top story. Grandfather Roger Hamer suffered horrific head injuries when he came off his bike. An inquest rules his death was probably caused by a pothole.
His family says it intends to take legal action against Bury Council. The family of an elderly cyclist who died after he hit a pothole say they plan to take legal action against Bury Council.
An inquest has heard how grandfather Roger Hamer died from head injuries last year after being thrown from his bike, which had hit a hole on a road in Ramsbottom. His family say his death has left them devastated. Jonathan Alley reports.
Do not want anybody else to suffer, any other family to suffer the way that we have suffered and the way that my father suffered unnecessarily.
Roger Hamer died from serious head injuries almost a month after the accident here on Bury New Road in Ramsbottom in March 2016. The inquest heard evidence from witnesses that Mr Hamer was thrown nearly 20 metres after the accident. The jury found it was probable Mr Hamer had hit this pothole. His daughter spoke after the inquest.
He had an horrific death. I have been a nurse for 30 years and seen many deaths, and to witness a loved one in that state is absolutely horrendous and stays with you, and I'm not sure how long that will stay with us.
The jury in its narrative verdict said Bury Council had followed repair guidelines but found there'd been inconsistencies in the way it dealt with some repairs. The authority says it's learnt lessons and is improving its training. It says Bury New Road will be fully resurfaced by next March. The coroner says he'll be writing to both the Department of Transport and Bury Council, highlighting a number of concerns raised during the inquest.
Probably now, moving forward, I will do everything I can to report that pothole to prevent another death or serious injury or near miss.
Jonathan Alley, North West Tonight, Haywood.
Well, let's talk now to Nick Hubble of the Greater Manchester Cycling Campaign, who's in Salford. Good evening to you. Are you surprised to hear that a pothole may have led to somebody's death? Have you heard of similar horror stories?
Not surprised at all. I mean, potholes are an inconvenience for people who drive. For people who cycle, they can cause serious injury, or as we've seen in this case, even worse. We see them on our roads every day. It's a daily problem that we face, and it's the reason, for example, why drivers are asked to give people who cycle at least 1.5 metre space, because they may be navigating hazards that drivers aren't aware of.
And is it your impression that these are getting worse or better?
They're certainly not getting better. You know, potholes, there are ways of reporting them. There are online tools these days. However, the fixes are often, you know, just filling them in without any kind of real, you know, long-term plan.
So do local authorities do enough to keep on top of this problem?
No, they don't. You know, I mean, everybody who uses the roads, whether you cycle or walk or drive or public transport, you see the state that the roads are in. So, you know, obviously that not enough is being done, and we need, you know, we need a better plan to deal with it. And what we've seen here as well is that, you know, a hole that can be of minor importance for someone in a car can actually have severe consequences for someone cycling.
So your message, apart from the issue of how local authorities deal with this, your message to motorists is allow for the fact that a cyclist might have to avoid a pothole.
Exactly. Give us space. Give us 1.5 metres or 4 feet of space when you pass us, because we may need to swerve out. That's why we don't always cycle in the gutter. That's the advice that we're given when we're trained.
All right, Nick Hubble, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.